Hey, time for some disc golf today. We're happy to have you join us for the 2022 Brent Hambrick Memorial Tournament. It is in Columbus, Ohio, sponsored by Discraft and presented by Dairy Queen. I'm Raven Klein.
And I'm Holyn Handley. All right, so for our feature card today, we've got Lauren Butler out of Otsego, Minnesota. We got Ashleh Baumann out of Delaware, Ohio. And also a local, we've got Christine Jennings out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. And then we've got yours truly, Holyn Handley out of Austin, Texas. All right, hole one, we've got a par 3, 344 feet. The flyover showing you this kind of wide over the top route, although there is a more straight route. You're looking to get something out over these trees and moving right. There is OB on the left side, and I believe there's OB deep, but you have to go pretty deep before it becomes into play. Lauren Butler's up first, and she's going for that Anheuser route.
Looks like she got a really nice flight, and that disc just held her angle. So
that was an incredible shot. I mean, everyone would be stoked to even have, I think, a circle 2 look on this hole. Ashleh just decided to go stand still, giving herself a little bit more control over the angle.
Committing a little bit less to her angle than Lauren did, so that disc had the stability to come out at the end, and it's going to push her to the edge of the woods.
Yeah, really, that's the mistake you want to make. She's got a nice, clear, open look to the basket. Christine going for this forehand. She's not trying to get all the way there for a birdie look. She's just trying to chip around the trees and give herself an easy 3.
Ready to see this power forehand?
Yeah, no, I am trying to get the 2. I'm just going a big driver over the top. Left myself a little bit short.
See, mid-circle 2 there.
Yep, Christine just following her game plan, nice and easy upshot. And she executed it perfectly.
Ashleh caught behind these trees a little bit. Nothing too hard for a pitch up. She'll be able to tap in her par.
Yep, and here I've got a circle 2 look for the birdie. And it fades out a little bit, but honestly, no harm, no foul. This is definitely a bonus birdie.
Yeah, this course likes to just really start you off with that. You got to earn it.
And Lauren, just a little nervy maybe on the putt. Yeah, I mean, like you said, these first holes are going to be a little bit more out in the open, a little bit longer, and then we're going to get into the woods for the back half of the course. So I've got this little comebacker for my par.
Cash, is it?
Yeah, a little left side, but a good catch on these Mach X baskets.
I do like the Mach X basket.
Yeah, I'm with you. They're probably one of the more forgiving for the left and right putts.
Yes, definitely.
Christine executes her game plan perfectly, just taps in her par. And Ashleh also cleans up par.
Everyone's starting off nice and easy there.
Nice and clean. All right, hole 2. We've got a par 4, 489 feet. We've got hazard all along this right side, so everything past those flags, you play it where it lies with an OB stroke, with a penalty stroke, and then there's an OB line on the left side where you play as normal OB. So most ladies are looking to swing something out over the hazard, give it room and give it height to land safe on the left side.
I think this is a really interesting design for a hole, and I actually like it because you can push that disc, and obviously you don't want to be in the hazard, but you still move up the fairway, and so you don't feel as penalized.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. And I'm not sure if Lauren's disc made it back in. She was pretty low. I believe the ditch itself is part of that hazard. But Ashleh gets the height perfect. She's safely in the fairway. This looks a little bit low out of Christine's hand.
Looks like it caught the grass enough to stay inbounds, but definitely an early release.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit more aggressive here, going with more of a flex shot. Trying to really bite off some distance.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
She did stay inbounds.
Yeah, wow.
Got some sticky grass down there.
Oh, she's playing with that right side hazard. Just kidding. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. She's in the circle. She knows what she's doing.
So Lauren did not make it.
Oh, it looks like she's on the line. She's on the line, so she is safe.
Wow.
And she's just pitching up.
Pushing that a little far and getting a slight roll down the hill, but she'll still be in the circle.
Yeah, really the challenge on this hole is just that first tee shot. If you can bite off a little bit of distance, at least half of it, and land inbounds, it's a fairly straightforward hole.
Biting off a lot of distance on your drive.
Yeah, not quite enough to really go for a 2, but I'll take an easy pitch up for a 3 any day.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell on the video, but from where you were putting from, it seemed like, if you miss, you're going downhill. Still a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's just no reason to sacrifice an easy birdie when I'm trying to get too spicy,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not everyone can handle the spice.
Here's Christine taking her time on this birdie putt. Oh, and leaves it just a little bit short. Sometimes those first few putts in a tournament, you just leave them a little bit short till you get settled in. But not Ashley. She cashes in that birdie easy.
Christine will be grabbing a par on this hole. Super easy birdie for you, Holyn.
Oh yeah, I'll take that any day. And then Lauren cleans up her par as well. Moving right along, we've got hole 3, another par 3, 344 feet. A little bit similar to hole 1 in that you want to swing something out to the left side and let it start moving to the right. You'll see most people go for either some kind of hyzer late flip up. There's only OB to speak of is on the left side, but the right side does have some pretty thick woods. So Ashley going for that late flip play, but flips it a little too early. And so she's somewhere in those woods.
Definitely a hole where if you've got that power sidearm, it's a lot easier to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I push mine a little bit long, but still in the circle. I'll have that tree kind of messing with my stance, but I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. Lauren going with that flip up on the backhand as well, but she gets on top of it kind of like Ashley did.
Yeah, pretty common mistake on that hole when you got that OB on that left side. It's really hard to trust your disc out wide enough for that backhand line. And Christine actually disking down to a mid to try and keep it a little straighter, but also overturns it.
So actually, I like that play on this hole, maybe doing a mid-range with a straight, stable flight, keeping yourself in the fairway, and then just simple approach there for your 3.
Yeah, and because she went with the mid-range, she was actually a little bit shorter of that rough and had a little bit easier time with the upshot. Ashley going with the forehand.
Just inside the circle, so leaving it a little shorter than she wanted. Nice that they all were on the edge of the rough, though, because that could have been troublesome.
Yeah, it gets pretty tough in there. All right, I'm going to this straddle stance. Not super comfortable with it, but I'm inside the circle.
Oh, that was a nice bid.
Yeah, I wanted that one. That was a bummer. And Ashley, a little bit of work left for her par save.
Nice, good grab by the basket.
Yeah, I love her putt. Just that nice little nose up,
It's
floaty
very
spinner.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks so effortless.
Those are the kind of putts where it doesn't look like people throw it very hard, and then you're like, was that a 45-footer?
Here's Christine, just a little low again.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row for Christine, so I'm curious if we'll see some high overcorrections from her or not. I know that always gets in my head if you hit like 2 cages in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then cleaning up par there for you and Lauren.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
Hole 4, par 3, 347 feet. We've got yet another big, wide open, right finishing shot. There's OB all along the left side. And we come down to this little ridge here. That sidewalk on the right side is actually OB. So you're looking to land something about 30 feet to the left of the basket and let it swing in, or again, going with that turnover and landing something soft on the green. So Ashley going with that turnover play. This height looks really good.
That's such a nice shot from her.
And she sneaks past everything. I mean, that's how you draw up the backhand line. That was absolutely perfect. That's a bit of a scary putt, but if she wants to go for it, birdie's there.
This is almost one of those where I feel like if you can come up a little bit shorter and, oh, wait a second, that's great.
Yeah, that was pretty
perfect.
good. That was pretty great. That's another one where if you have that 350-foot sidearm, it really makes these first few holes a lot easier.
Yeah. Lauren getting over on it a little bit, but the bush kind of kicks her out, so she won't be trapped. But yeah, no, if you leave it a little bit short and you have almost still like a forward pushing putt toward the green, you might not have that top tier in your way. Like it won't be as straight down of a putt. You can
Sure,
yeah.
You can kind of give yourself a little space. Christine fades hers out a little bit early and is left with this approach.
Come on, push through.
Ooh.
All right,
Okay.
it gets through. Looks like it rolled a little bit.
Oh.
Hopefully not a lot of it.
That actually might have been a good thing.
Could've
She's a little further away, but she's now completely unobstructed for her putt. Lauren with a little patent pending stance.
Pushing it out there. Nice job.
I like what she did there. She didn't try to bite off too much and risk throwing it back into the woods. Very smart from Ashley. She's not messing with it. She'll take her par and walk away.
Those are always so tough when it's like a scary green because you're sitting there and you're like,
Oh my gosh. And we were just talking about how great Mach X's are at catching, and then that was dirty.
dang.
Lauren a little low too. This is a tough one to really give it the hype for because you know if you miss, it is sailing.
Yeah. I was wondering if anyone was gonna go to the knee on this.
I don't normally, but it's hard to tell here, but it is so downhill.
Great putt.
Yeah, just stabbing in there. Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. I'm saying, is Ashley gonna do it?
Yeah.
Down to the knee.
I find the people who have a style of putt like hers tend to be knee putters in situations like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. Get your putt. I didn't understand it when I first started playing, but there have been a couple putts where I'm like, okay, it's less scary from down here.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Lauren tapping in her bogey, as is Christine, although let's be real, that should have been a bogey save.
Yeah.
That was pretty dirty. Okay, hole 5, a par 3. We finally get to throw a hyzer backhand. 321 feet to this elevated basket. We've got OB on 3 sides of the basket. Really, this should be pretty much a stock shot for most of us.
Yeah, everyone on this card has this shot in there. It's just going to be down to that execution. Oh, it's a great shot.
Yep, just taking a verdict, pitching it up there. Ashley, this looks like the right height. And yeah, same thing. She gets a little more ground action since she's going with a fairway driver, but safely in the circle.
Lauren cutting it inside a little bit. Still a great line, though, leaving herself inside the circle.
Christine's leaving this a little inside, but she sneaks through the trees. That's a scary circle 2 putt. And she's not going to mess with it. That's smart. I mean, she's missed a few already. So she knows maybe that's not the time.
Not the time.
Lauren just off on the putt, and she actually might. Yeah.
Honestly, I commend people who can do that, where you miss, a putt, give yourself almost a similar comeback, and they just take the medicine instantly, lay up, and they take a bogey, because it's so easy to see those turn into triple putts, quadruple putts, because they're all the same distance, and you're like, I
Yes.
should be able to make these. Yes, there we go, Ashley.
Great putt by Ashley.
That's like the disc golf walk of shame, is that back and forth on a putt.
Oh yeah, we've all learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah. Nice birdie there, Holyn.
Thank you.
Yeah, walk up the steps. In the heart of a champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Christine with the par.
Yeah, walking away with an easy par. Here we go, hole 6. We got a par 4, 675 feet. So you're looking to throw something straight through this little gap off the tee and then get it pushing right just a little bit. There is an OB road on the left side as well as an OB right on the right side. So we're actually going parallel to the fairway of hole 4. And then as you come into the green, it's a surprisingly fast green. Very easy to fall off of this cliff here, either right or left. And then if you go long, there's actually this tree to contend with.
I've always appreciated holes and fairways where as you get, come back in and skip.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I had no idea how close that was to actually coming back in. I knew I got a little too over on it.
But no, fairways that get tighter as you get up to the pin, as they pinch. I think those are so great, honestly, for the sport, because as you get closer, you got to really dial it in.
Well, yeah, and the more aggressive you want to get in biting off distance, there's an increase in risk.
Yeah, and I think that's, especially with the increase in people who are playing, the ability of the fields, I just like seeing how people handle it.
Yeah, Christine with a really great shot.
Yeah, Ashley also getting right up the fairway. Lauren getting a good flight out of her disc, and I feel like that's kind of where you want to get into that flat zone.
Yeah, that's a great spot to land. I mean, there's still a lot of distance left on this next shot, but it is slightly downhill. And Christine, this is probably a sidewinder. Trusting it out over that right side.
Just needs minimal ground action.
Yep, that's pretty
she
great.
Gets it.
Ashley going to the standstill to give herself a little bit better control.
She's one of those players where the first couple times I played with her, it threw me off, but she gets a good amount of power from her standstills.
Yeah, and
that one a little too much.
Yeah, either needed to turn a little bit more or get it a little bit wider. Let's see, Lauren. Oh, this looks like it's overturned. Can it swing back? Not quite.
Doesn't look like it.
Looks like she's OB. It's a common thing with it being downhill. If you get the nose down, your disc wants to turn a little bit more than it might normally.
Oh, looking great.
Yes, I'm going with a mid-range here, just trying to match the angle of the hill and get it to glide.
And then chill.
Ooh. Like I said, surprisingly fast green.
Yeah, seriously.
Even throwing a pretty slow disc.
And that was a great call too, letting a mid-range just kind of glide downhill.
Yeah, Christine, this needs to chill. Beautifully
Curls
done.
up. Well,
All right, and Lauren, still a little bit of work to do after finding OB on that right side.
throwing that one high and short.
Yeah, a little too soft there.
Seems
so
like
she'll
it stayed in bounds though.
Yeah, she'll just have a little bit of work left. Ashley going back to that flick putter. Trying to lane it soft. Catches a little action on the stairs, but she's got a putt. And so I've got this uphill putt to try and save par. Oh, yeah, just short off the cage again. Ashley from the stairs. A little bit of a death putt.
Yeah, it's not a very large peninsula that the basket's sitting on.
Yeah, she
Very
thinks
smart.
about it for a second and lays it right up.
As soon as you feel that hesitation in the putt, it's 8 out of 10 times it's a good idea to just lay it up.
Yeah, you just, any kind of doubt, lay it up.
So that'll be a bogey for you.
Everybody doing the bag on tap.
Par for Christine. A double bogey, unfortunately, for Ashley. And then Lauren still got a little bit of a putt here.
Oh no. And she's back down at the bottom of the hill. This is what we were just talking about on that last hole. The putting back and forth forever. And this time she lays it up.
A lot closer there. It's an unfortunate end to the hole, but she'll be able to move on here. Quad bogey on hole 6.
Yeah, that hole did our feature card dirty. Hole 7, another par 4, 605 feet. We've got OB on the left side in this culvert. Actually, I think it's a little bit right of the culvert. And then we've got some more thick woods on the right side. And then we come into a pretty tight green. We've got OB basically along the edge of the circle.
So you can see all that, the long grass and the kind of prairie that is all OB around the circle.
Yes. So this is another straight shot that kind of drifts right for the backhand or a sidearm. Christine going back to, I'm assuming, her sidewinder. Gets it turning. This is just a perfect placement shot. And then I'm going back to the sidearm, just trying to swing it wide and trust it. And that'll do.
Very good placement. Even though the shot shape ends to the right, I would say this tee shot isn't one of the harder ones. It seems like you have a little more space.
A little more space, and at this point we've thrown this shot about 6 times, so it should be feeling warm.
Ashley and Lauren both turning that over and ending up either in or on the edge of the woods.
And Ashley pitching out, trying to bite off a little bit of distance, get in position where she can save her 4.
Luckily, Lauren didn't get too trapped, so at least she had like an open window to get out.
Yeah, and she likes to go straight sideways out, give herself plenty of room. Christine in a pretty ideal position to attack. And she just pulls it a little too far right, tickles those branches.
I like the height on this shot. Just pushed a little too right.
Yeah, I got it turning.
Falling on the edge though, so that'll be good for your next shot. Lauren pushing that approach.
And
Very nice. Oh,
beautiful par save. Really smart there. She didn't try to get too greedy coming out of the rough, put herself in a position, and trusted her distance control with that last shot.
good stability choice there from Ashley. It almost looked like she kind of pulled it out of the hand, but clearly, she knows her disc better than I do.
Christine, putter approach. She's on the dance floor for her par. And
Ooh.
then,
Catching the bottom of the cage there.
Yeah, it was a tricky spot, but I just couldn't quite give it enough height. Ashley, just a little high right for that par save.
There we go. It's always tough tough when you putt and then you're still out.
Yeah, when you have to make your 20 footers for your bogey.
But nice comeback there from Ashleh. Christine lining up her putt now. Super solid.
Yeah, very nice from Christine. Taking her time.
And then a par there for Christine and for yourself.
And then Lauren with an excellent shot to get up and down for an easy par. Alrighty, hole 8, par 3, 444 feet. This hole does play as an island, so we're actually throwing from OB. You need to get it across this little cart path here. And then around the left side of this island is where the basket is. So if you want to get aggressive, you could try and go for it. But most of us are just going to be trying to turn something over, land it safe, and pitch up and take a 3.
And how far, I mean, it's hard to tell how far is it to get into OB.
If I'm remembering correctly, it's
250?
it's about 260 to 300 to comfortably make it over.
Gotcha.
And it does play a little bit downhill. And so I am not going for it. I'm just trying to turn this over to the hill, and I don't do it. So I am OB on the
I
left
liked
side.
the shot shape, like that disc choice. Looks like it was just a little early for the...
Yeah, Lauren does a much better job of what I was trying to do. Get it turning right out of the hand, but have enough stability that it's not going to end up in the creek on the right side. Which Ashleh...
Oh, needs that to come out.
Needs that to hook up. I mean, it's not the end of the world to go down there, but it is a tricky par. And so I'll be throwing from the drop zone.
Is that your trust?
That is my trusty trust.
Your trusty trust. Great shot from the drop zone there. Leave yourself with a fairly standard putt.
Yeah, still a little work to do, but that's when you should make every time.
That
At least you feel like you should make it every time.
Don't should yourself.
Don't should yourself. I love it. And Ashleh throwing from inside the creek.
Ooh.
Just at the edge
Getting
of circle.
flirty.
Oh, Christine was just a little too overturned. She's got nothing but this pitch out.
Looking like a nice shot there from Christine.
Yep, just needs a little ground action, a little bit of work
I
left.
feel like a lot of these approaches, they're just a little shy. So just shorting themselves a couple feet.
Yeah.
Not Lauren.
Not Lauren, though.
Good job, Lauren.
She's coming off that park job on the last hole. She's feeling it.
Yeah. Ashleh literally on the edge of the circle. Ooh, leaving it right. Did that on the last putt as well.
And Christine with about 25 feet left for her bogey.
Nice putt.
Cashes it in.
I mean, this is a tough 3. If you don't hit the island, for sure it's gone. I mean,
yeah,
you can always
this
throw
is
it in, but
right. This is definitely a hole that was most likely designed for MPO.
fair enough.
And I'm cleaning up my bogey.
Clearly thrilled about it.
Clearly thrilled about it. Oh. Ashleh been putting pretty well up until this point, but just leaves that one a little bit low.
With the extra sting of the roll.
Yeah. But good, she's taking her time. Taps it in. Also obviously thrilled about it.
Very. Rightfully so.
And then Lauren did an excellent job with her approach. Has a par tap in.
On to the final hole of the front 9.
Yeah, and so now we are moving on to the wooded portion of the course. We've got hole 9, a par 3, 408 feet. Moving uphill, we've got this fairway that curves to the left and then curves to the right. So they call it a par 3. but it would really take something special to get even a remote birdie look on this. We're pretty much all going to be playing for 3 here.
Wild that this is a 3.
And should also note, if your drive does kick right, it is a very steep cliff off to the right side.
But it's an inbounds cliff.
It's an inbounds cliff. It's almost more brutal, the fact that they left it inbounds. And Lauren looks like she's rolled down that cliff. I'm not sure how far. But I mean, if you don't catch something, you can easily go 100 feet down a hill.
That's insane.
It's brutal. Christine yanks this one.
Oh, need that to come back. I don't think it had the height to get out, but she looks like she should be on the edge.
Yeah, she was fading toward the hill, so maybe she caught something.
Yeah, this is a punishing green or a fairway.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to mess with that at all. I'm throwing something stable. I'm way too far left, but at least I'm not right. Ashley also yanks this one. I didn't see where that kicked. There it kicked.
So she went down the hill. Look, she gave hers the height that the other two didn't, but she caught that early tree. I still can't believe it's a 3.
Oh my god, I know.
That cliff, wow.
That was an excellent scramble by Ashley.
Yeah.
Got herself up the hill.
Ooh. Oh man, what branch did that hit?
Oh man.
Got some sticky leaves here.
Yeah, that was a thorny bush of thorny bushes, and so she's trying to throw this overstable patent pending over a tree behind her. She gives it height, and she's up top.
She's up top.
She's up top.
Lauren got very lucky here.
Yeah, going flick roller, getting real aggressive.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
Come on.
Keep going. Wow. I mean, if that hadn't hit that tree, that could have gotten all the way there.
I love seeing people get creative when you're in the woods.
Yeah, and I've got that low ceiling. I just try to jam a mid-range up there, and I push a little far, but putting for my par. Ashley with a great approach from the knee.
Catching another tree at the end of the flight, though. Christine with a nice forehand approach.
Oh, sit down. Sit down, baby.
Yeah, get closer. Get closer.
Yeah, great shot from Christine. Oh, and Ashley, I thought she got a little closer. She still got a little work left.
Yeah, that tree that's right in front of her knee, it looks like it just halted the disc on her last throw.
Yeah.
Good pitch up there under the basket.
Lauren just pitching this one up. Yeah, no need to run it from there. Too many things to hit.
You going through the trees?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, fantastic. And that par has got to feel like a birdie.
It really does. It really does. I'm surprised they called this a par 3. Yeah. I don't even think any of the MPO are going to...
Air quotations, bogey for Lauren.
Exactly. I don't even think the MPO are really trying to do this. It would take some kind of crazy flex forehand to get a look.
I was going to say, it got to be a flex forehand.
Exactly.
So another air quotation bogey there for Christine, which is a great bogey save.
Yeah, considering where she was.
And an unfortunate triple bogey there. All right.
That does it for the front nine.
Tough ending hole for the front 9.
Yeah.
But as we can kind of see, Holyn, great front 9, even with 2 bogeys, still 1 under par. And then I think once everyone kind of figures out their putt, it'll be a nice, hopefully, smoother green in this back 9.
Yeah, and of course, thank you to the Patreons for supporting the Crew 42 boys, and thank you to Crew 42 for bringing us this FPO coverage.
Yeah, we can't wait for you to join us on the back 9.